His rhymes were sick, so I did like he did, and always dreamed big. B.I.G. Be the best that you can be. Set your sights far as you can see. Notorious like B.I.G. Dream big. B.I.G. Be the best that you can be. Set your sights far as you can see. Notorious like B.I.G.
Celebrated rapper, author, and motivational speaker Duane D.O. Gibson returns to inspire a new generation with his illustrated children's book and accompanying album, The Story of How Young Duane Gibson Stayed Driven. We're happy to have him return to BT to chat about his new products, defying the odds as usual.
Oh, yeah.
Duane Gibson,
Yeah.
welcome to the show, man.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
And we got lots to get into. We got a book, we got an album. Let's kick off with the album. This is exciting for parents as well, right? Which I know you are one.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that kind of kids' music, for the parents, it can be a little trying. But you've really brought multi-generations together with this album. That was important to you.
Well, it's important to me because I think one of the greatest compliments I can get, and I get this often, is a parent messaging me on, sending me a DM being like, my kid came home from school, they were telling me everything about you, they want a CD, they wanted to put it in the car, and I was like, I don't know, this rapper, like, it's either gonna be corny or it's gonna be inappropriate. And we listen to your music, and it's cool because I can play it in the car, there's no swearing, but you got lyrics, man, you got bars. And I think it's really cool for parents and kids to be able to play music that they can both enjoy.
Yeah. Love that.
As a parent, how did that influence this album?
Well, as a kid, my first concert that I went to go see was DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Nice.
Before he was
Amazing.
Will Smith. He was the first rapper to win a
Yes.
Grammy. And what I loved about his music was I could play it in the car with my parents. And my dad took me to my first concert. And so I think it's really important to have fun and uplifting music, but you don't have to water it down. Because so many of these kids, when they're 8 years old now, they're listening to Eminem still, Doja Cat, Ice Spice, all good, Cardi B. But sometimes those messages aren't as appropriate. So
Sometimes parents don't understand.
parents just don't understand.
Back to
There
the
you go.
Fresh Prince.
Yeah. But kids know what's up. You know, you can't
Kids know what's
patronize,
up.
right? Especially when it comes to music, especially when it comes to hooks and, like you say, bars and lyrics. They know what's going on. You wanted to write a book as well, because that's just who you are. You do lots of shows, you do music, you're writing. Why was that important to have that combination? Because, you know, lots of parents obviously are reading books to their kids, and that's a beautiful time between a parent and child.
It's one of my fondest memories when my kids were younger is reading to them at night. And, you know, I grew up on the Value Of series, which was something we got a book a month. And there was like one on Terry Fox, on tenacity, and Jackie Robinson on courage. And when my kids were young, I went on eBay, bought the whole set, and would read that to them at night. And I loved how they would learn about these heroes through these stories. And I think that reading is so important because we're so on our phones these days, not just kids, but adults as well. And reading is something you have to give full concentration to. So I think to develop that skill, and I hope that parents will read this to their kids at night and also then listen to the music to reinforce that message. But I just want to encourage a new generation of readers.
Before we let you go, because we've talked to you a little bit, and I want to give more light to this. The work you do in the community is outstanding and inspiring. Before you leave, why does that mean so much to you?
I love going to schools because kids are the realest audience that you're going to have. And it's really important to be genuine and to make that connection. It's going to be Anti-Bullying Week in Ontario next week, and I'm fortunate to go into schools, and that's the story that I'm telling in the book, a story that I've told for over 20 years at schools, that it's okay to feel different, that sometimes you're not always going to get along with everybody at school. You might feel excluded. You might go through bullying. But I want to tell kids to be able to dream big and to write your own story, to have an outlet. For some kids, that's sports, it's dancing, but for me, it was hip-hop, and hip-hop has an amazing ability to tell real, powerful stories.
You're here.
When this man speaks,
Yes.
Everyone listens. Truly, you are so
My
captivating.
dad was a preacher, so he's a minister.
Well, it's in your blood.
Yeah.
It's in your blood. It's wonderful to have you here this morning, truly. And thank you for the work that you're doing, that you continue to do. And you're going to still start every show the same way?
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. We love that. We love that.
All the best. The story of how young Duane Gibson stayed driven, album out, book out. Thanks for coming by.